So I've just had a phone call notify me that Bashar Hussain, who is a convicted rapist from Rotherham, he's the brother of my rapist. He wasn't charged in regards to anything to do with me. I was cross-examined though by his barrister. But anyway, he's a convicted rapist. Horrific things that he's done to children. And he was sentenced to, I think it was 25 years. And then he was done again in another trial. He was sentenced in 2017, right? So we're not talking that long ago. Bearing in mind, he got 25 years plus an extra sentence. So I've just received a phone call saying he's going to be released early. Now, they're already considering him to go into an open prison, but they're now knocking off some time as well. Now, I'll be honest, it's not a massive amount they're knocking off, but it's not the point. The point is, we're talking about a man, right, that committed the most heinous acts against children. Grooming, abuse, torture, rape. You know, all the rest of it, what him and his brothers and, you know, all, what they all did. Horrific. He actually received one of the highest sentences in British history. This was a case I exposed. This is a case I testified in. He received one of the biggest sentences in British history, and he's already getting considered into an open prison, and he will definitely be released early. Do you know what pisses me off, apart from the obvious of everything of this situation? What pisses me off is that when they charged and investigated him, they weren't charging anything to do with criminal exploitation. They had to knock off all these offences. They said there were too many. There was over 100 charges between him and his two brothers. They had to knock them all off because there were that many. There's that many, but yet they're releasing them. All the things they actually got away with that they've never been done for. And like I said, we're talking about the most horrific of torture towards children. You can research him. It's disgusting. It's vile. And he's getting considered for an open prison and released early as well. After serving, he was sentenced in 2017, we're now 2025. It's just fucking bullshit. There's people putting out posts on social media that are treated worse than these people. And then you want to know why people don't come forward. Do you know, when I hear news like this, I kind of think, God, I wish I'd not. But then I have to think, no, I can't think like that. With all the awareness and all the policy and law that's been changing, everything else, you know, that me and other activists and other survivors have fought tirelessly for. You know, when we shouldn't have been down to us to do that. We should have been, you know, in recovery and healing from everything these bastards actually did. But nobody else wanted to do it. Our government didn't want to do it. Our politicians didn't want to do it. Because, you know, they were directly involved not only in the abuse and rape, but actually covering all this up. But anyway, I'm just so angry. Absolutely disgusting how victims in this country have been treated and still are. And then I get to see politicians such as Keir Starmer, Yvette Cooper, Jess Phillips, and all these wankers, right, that know the scale of the problem and don't even want to act on it. They don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to do a national inquiry. They don't want to do anything. Disgusting.